Hi everybody, and thanks for getting your design plug and play USB. So we've gone through fonts, graphics, and the next folder is mockups. So this is just going to, at the time of this video, have the mockups for backdrops and grave blankets. And I do it this way because when you start using the different print-on-demand companies, most of them have mockups that are going to be automatically created depending on their product. So if you use Printify or Printful for t-shirts, they're going to provide different mockups. So you can just save them once you have your design in there. VSPro.net, they'll do a mockup if you're doing tablecloths. And then any other apparel, things like that will also provide mockups as well. And then you can always create your very own mockups in AI. But I feel like these backdrops are definitely useful. You don't see too many platforms that give you backdrop mockups. So you're just going to click on it. And I do have a little model here that's to scale with the backdrop. So she is 5'6". So you can see she's a little taller than this 5 foot by 5 foot backdrop. All you have to do is click on where it says background color. Go to file, open as layers. And then you're going to find your JPG file of your finished design and plot that into place. So let's do that. File, open as layers. Let me find a JPG design. And then I'm going to scale it down because it's going to be way bigger because our mockup file is only 1250 by 1250 pixels. And our designs, remember, are at least 5,000 pixels. So I'm just going to hit the minus key to zoom out. Use my scale tool to scale back into the canvas. Click on scale, make sure that our aspect ratio is locked. And then we're going to zoom back in. I'm going to hold down Shift plus key. If you're on Mac, Command Shift and the plus key. And then you can use your move tool to move it into place. Just make sure you cover the yellow. So move and scale, move and scale, scale. And you can turn off the visibility for the yellow. And now we can export this image as a PNG if you want to keep the transparent background, or if you want to add a solid color background, you can add that as well. You can turn off the visibility for the dimensions. So whatever you want to do here, you can add more wording, you can add your logo, whatever your heart desires. But if you do not want a background, export it as a PNG. So file, export as. Make sure the ending is PNG. Save it to wherever you want it to be saved. Make sure you rename it so that you don't lose it in the shuffle of all your files. Click on export. In this window that pops up, click on export again. So let's say I wanted to add a white background. I'm going to make sure that my active foreground color is white. If it's not, I'm going to click on it. Get this pop-up window. You can choose your color. I'm going to make sure that it's white. Click on OK. Then in our layers window, we want to click on the bottommost layer. And then the very first icon across the bottom, if you hover over it, it says create a new layer. Click on that. You're going to name it white background or whatever your naming convention is. But make sure at the very bottom that you click on foreground color, because we got the white foreground here and we want that to fill in with that color. Click on OK. And then we're going to move this layer down. And now you can see we have a mock-up with the white background. So I'm going to go to File, Export As. Make sure you name it whatever you want it to be. This time, change it to .jpg since we don't have a transparent background. And click on Export. And export again.